Metaphor, thank you for your third super chat. Really appreciate you tripling up. My guy Metaphor writes, Fitty Fitty's body of work the last 3 years, top 10 QB. I don't know about that. Again, some of y'all are really big analytics people. I'm not that guy. So if you're gonna try to come at me with these random frivolous ass numbers, you can save it. Top 10 quarterback Ryan Fitzpatrick? Nah, not over the last 3 years. Not even close. He's not terrible though. Again, but you telling me that if I sat here and made a list over the last 3 years that he'd be in the top 10 of it, I could probably just make a list right now and he wouldn't be in the top 10. You still got Brady. You still got Rodgers. You still have got Kyler Murray over the last 3 years. You got Josh Allen. Really his ascension was last year, but shit, I don't care. Last year was better than anything Fitzpatrick has done over the last 3 years. So Josh Allen. You got Matthew Stafford, Matt Ryan. Let's see. I said Tom Brady, right? Let's start over because I don't know if I said Tom Brady. Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, Matthew Stafford, Matt Ryan, Josh Allen, Kyler Murray, Lamar Jackson, Russell Wilson, Deshaun Watson, Derek Carr. I don't know if I said Matthew Stafford already, but I think I did, so I'm not going to count him again. That's 10 right there. That's 10 right there. So I could keep going. I'm pretty sure I'm leaving out some big-time quarterbacks that have played really well over the last couple of years, but you said top 10 quarterback. That's 10 right there. He's not better than any of those guys I just named, okay? Dak Prescott, Carson Wentz. Last year was bad for Wentz, but the 2 years previous to that, he was phenomenal, okay? I could keep going. He just retired. Drew Brees just retired last 3 years. Phillip Rivers, stop. Okay, what I'm telling you is stop. Okay, that's what I'm telling you is to stop with the top 10 nonsense. Okay, not even close to the top 10. So, whatever you want to say to convince yourself, do it. Just don't bring it to my doorstep because I'm going to crush it. And I don't like being a dream killer. Okay, so if you're going to talk nonsense, I'm going to check you real fast. That's nonsense. Okay? He's not a top 10 quarterback. In no way, shape, or form. In no alternate universe is he a top 10 quarterback the last 3 years. Stop. Let's see. Thank you for the super chat, Metaphor. Really do appreciate you. Mr. Laughing My Head Off, man. Thank you so much, man. You killing the game, Mr. Laughing My Head Off. Thank you so much for your support tonight. Can't thank you enough for all the support that you've given me over the years. But really, thank you, man. Really appreciate your generosity. And can't thank you enough, man. Mr. Laughing My Head Off again tonight with another blessing. My guy, Mr. Laughing My Head Off, says, here's a 50 for one more stop on 50-50 being top 10. Thank you, man. And look, you got to draw the line somewhere, man. Me and you, we on the same page on this one. Like, I want to believe, but there's too much of a history and a track record for me to lean back on and see and be able to say, nah, and I get that there's been upward trajectory of late, but I still contend that hasn't been in just one season. You're talking about 3 years of 5 starts here and 7 starts here and another 5 starts over here. Can we get them all in 1 year? Can we get them back to back? Can we get him playing consistent ball for 16, 17 straight weeks? No, we can't because you don't have that data. You don't have that data. You know why? Because he hasn't been in anybody's lineup that long. If he was that good, they won't keep yo-yoing him in and out. They just leave him in. There's always a better option than Ryan Fitzpatrick. Always. That may even be the case here. And we may just not know it yet. So, yeah, top 10, you're talking crazy. But, again, I don't need to hammer that point home. We've gone through that exercise in futility already. So, thank you for that super chat. Really do appreciate you, Mr. Laughing my head off. Thank you so much for the super chat. Got another super chat. This is from Metaphor. Thank you for the super chat, Metaphor. I think this is your 4th super chat of the night, if I'm not mistaken. My guy, Metaphor, writes, misunderstood Fitz's production. First, under pressure rating and comps. Here we go. I told you, don't bring these numbers to me now, but I'm gonna hear you out. First, under pressure rating and comps, yards per attempt and completion, number 7, completion percentage 5, sacks and interceptions 5, accuracy for non-open receivers 2nd. So here's the thing with numbers, and not to shit on any of those stats and those categories, because those are all good, measuring stick categories. But you can cherry pick the numbers to fit your narrative. And I'm not saying that's what you did, but it's easy to do that with numbers. The bottom line is, I keep stressing this with Fitzpatrick in particular, is none of these numbers that you've amassed are over a 16-game stretch in 1 year. Hell, it's not even half a season in probably all of those instances. It's 5 games here. It's 4 games here. It's another 3 here in this stretch. It's another 5 over here. Like, these guys that we're talking about, these are guys that are playing 16 a year, 12 and 13 and 14 a year. There aren't any gaps. There are no time off. It's just straight through. So with Fitz, I want to see it. Okay, you're taking 3 years of 5 starts, 6 starts, 7 starts, 5 starts, whatever it is. It was never 10, it was never 12, it was never 16. And you're compacting it into 1. And I don't think that's a fair way to assess the situation when it's spread out over 3 seasons. That's what I'm getting at. Can he do that? And this has been a problem for Fitz, and this is what I'm trying to explain to you. Can he do that for 16 weeks, now 17, in an NFL season? Consistently. Yeah, he did it over the last 3 years spread out. Can he do it in 1 year? Put it all together in 1 year. Because his problem over the life of his career has been consistency. He's like a guy in the NBA where you ask yourself, why is this guy playing only 17 minutes a game if his per 15 averages are 12 points, 8 boards, and 3 blocks? Why can't I extrapolate that over, 30 minutes and double all of his stats? Because if you play him more, his usage rate and his productivity per 30 minutes, it plummets. But when you use him for that short stretch of 15 minutes, he's excellent. Now you play him 30 minutes, it starts to plummet. He's not the same guy. And that's what I'm saying about Fitzpatrick, is the more he plays, the more he's exposed and more likely to make mistakes. So when you get him in these little small pockets, he balls. Can he do it for a full season? All of those numbers you gave me may be spot on. They may be outstanding stats, and they may prove to be true, and you might be right, and he might tear shit up this year. But I haven't seen it in a 16-game stretch from Ryan Fitzpatrick. Not since 2015 when he did it for the Jets. And then the next year after that, when they gave him the starting job, he had to fight for his money that offseason, but he got the job, he stunk it up. That's been his narrative. Every time you think he's about to turn the corner, he lays an egg. So, what I'm telling you is all those numbers are cool, but they're spread out. Can he do it for a full season? All the way through? We're going to find out. We're going to find out. Thank you for the super chat metaphor. Got another one here from Mr. Laughing My Head Off. Thank you for the super chat, Mr. Laughing My Head Off. Greatly appreciate you. Mr. Laughing My Head Off writes, all Washington football team fans, or first of all, thank you for tripling up, Mr. Laughing My Head Off. Really do appreciate you. Who writes, all Washington football team fans who have hope about Fitzpatrick having that one special year for us, don't watch the Fitzpatrick career documentary on YouTube. That's all I'm going to say. I've watched it too. If you watch that documentary, you're going to leave it feeling like we're in trouble. You can't base your opinion about him off of that. But a wise man once told me, past performances are an indicator of future outcomes. I'm going to say that again. A wise man once told me, past performances are an indicator of future outcomes. So when you have as much of a body of work as Ryan Fitzpatrick has, and you're able to go back and look at what he's done in the past, you can then predict what is going to happen in the future. And for me, Ryan Fitzpatrick is a guy that every time he's in a position like this and you think he's going to do something really good, he usually stinks it up. He wets the bed. So we're going to see, this could be different. That's my hope. That's all I can hope. But I'm no fool. Mama didn't raise no fool. So I know better. I'm reverting to my Washington football team roots. Okay, I'm reverting to my Washington football team roots and what they've instilled in me over the years. When it comes to the quarterback position with Ryan Fitzpatrick specifically, not necessarily Taylor Heineke, but Ryan Fitzpatrick in particular, I'm hoping for the best, but expecting the worst. That's how I go into every game with him at quarterback. I'm hoping for the best, but I'm expecting the worst. He has to prove to me otherwise. Now, I'm not going into every game looking at this team in that manner. Just him. I don't trust him. He's an outsider. I trust all the guys in this locker room that have been here and the guys that have a proven track record elsewhere of balling, like a William Jackson III or a Curtis Samuel. I trust those guys to come in here and do what they've done in other places. But I also trust Ryan Fitzpatrick to do what he's done in other places, which is be inconsistent and skittish. Hence, the nickname Fitty Fitty. So, I hear you on the documentary. It's a good watch, I will admit. It's a good watch. Thank you for the super chat, Mr. Laughing My Head Off.
LouieTeeNetwork.